The 5-minute habit that changes your health. What if the most powerful health habit in your life didn't require a gym membership, fancy equipment, or a complete overhaul of your schedule? What if it took just 5 minutes? Not 5 minutes of motivation, not 5 minutes of willpower, just 5 minutes of action. For years, we've been sold the idea that health transformation must be hard, time-consuming, and dramatic. 45 minutes at the gym. A perfectly optimized routine. A strict plan you'll start on Monday. And yet, despite knowing what we should do, so many of us feel exhausted, stuck, and quietly disappointed in ourselves. This is where the 5-minute habit changes everything. Why 5 minutes matters more than you think. Dr. Rangan Chatterjee, a physician who has worked with thousands of patients over decades, calls his daily 5-minute strength routine his keystone habit. Not because it burns massive calories or builds extreme muscle, but because of what it unlocks. A keystone habit is a small action that makes many other positive actions easier. When you do it, your entire day shifts. Dr. Chatterjee's 5-minute routine doesn't just support his physical health. He credits it with improving his happiness, strengthening his relationships, and reinforcing his sense of self-trust. And that's the part most people miss. Every day, whether consciously or not, we ask ourselves two powerful questions. Can I trust myself? Can I rely on myself? Each time you say you'll do something and don't follow through, those questions are answered quietly and negatively. But when you keep a small promise to yourself, especially first thing in the morning, something profound happens. You begin to see yourself differently. The habit in action, strength training in pajamas. Dr. Chatterjee's habit couldn't be simpler. He wakes up early, not because everyone should, but because it works for him. He goes downstairs, meditates briefly, and then does something he was going to do anyway. Make coffee. While the coffee brews for 5 minutes, he strength trains in his kitchen, in his pajamas. No phone, no email, no scrolling, no excuses. Sometimes it's push-ups, squats, and calf raises. Other days, it's kettlebell swings or bicep curls. The routine doesn't matter nearly as much as the consistency. The coffee finishes brewing. The workout ends. The reward arrives. This is habit formation at its best. A clear trigger, making coffee. A tiny, achievable action, 5 minutes of movement. An immediate reward. A hot cup of coffee. There's no debate, no friction, no decision fatigue. It just happens. Why consistency beats variety. People often ask, don't you get bored doing the same thing every day? Dr. Chatterjee's response is simple. Do you vary brushing your teeth? Of course not. We accept that brushing our teeth daily prevents long-term damage. Even though skipping one day doesn't seem like a big deal. But skip it for months or years, and the consequences become unavoidable. Health habits work the same way. Small actions compound, positively or negatively, over time. 5 minutes today won't change your life. 5 minutes every day absolutely will. The patient who changed everything by doing less. One of the most powerful examples comes from a 48-year-old patient who came into Dr. Chatterjee's office with 3 common complaints: weight gain, low energy, low mood. He was busy, stressed, like millions of people. When strength training came up, the patient lit up. He wanted to do it, but immediately defaulted to what most of us think is real exercise, 45 minutes, 3 times a week, at the gym. Dr. Chatterjee agreed and scheduled a follow-up appointment. 4 weeks later, the patient returned and admitted he hadn't gone once. Work was busy. The gym was expensive. It wasn't on his commute. He felt ashamed. But instead of judging him, Dr. Chatterjee had a realization that changed his medical practice forever. The advice wasn't wrong, but it didn't fit the patient's life. So he took off his jacket, got down on the floor, and taught him simple body weight exercises right there in the office. Then he gave him a new prescription, 5 minutes, twice a week, in his kitchen. The patient laughed. "That's it?" "Yes," Dr. Chatterjee said. "Can you do that?" The answer was yes. 4 weeks later, the man came back almost dancing into the room. 5 minutes had turned into 10. Twice a week had turned into daily. Strength training led to lunchtime walks. Walks led to better food choices. Better food choices led to better sleep. Years later, the man was meditating daily, something he once would have laughed at. The breakthrough wasn't discipline, it was simplicity. Why small habits build self-esteem. Most people think self-esteem comes after you succeed. In reality, it comes from keeping promises to yourself. When you do a 5-minute habit every day, you reinforce a powerful identity. I am someone who does what I say I'm going to do. That identity spills into everything. How you show up at work, how you communicate in relationship, how you treat your own needs. You stop outsourcing your confidence to outcomes and start building it through action. And 5 minutes is small enough that your brain doesn't rebel. How to start your own 5-minute habit. Here's the challenge. Dr. Chatterjee gives his patients, and now you choose one 5-minute action, strength training, walking, stretching, journaling, meditation, breathing, anything that feels meaningful to you. Attach it to a daily trigger, making coffee, brushing your teeth, getting home from work, waiting for dinner to cook. Make it ridiculously easy. Do it in your clothes. Do it where you are. Remove every barrier. Commit to 7 days. No evaluating, no optimizing. Just showing up. When you keep one small promise to yourself each day, you send a powerful message. I matter. My health matters. I can rely on myself. That belief is the foundation of lasting change. 5 minutes won't exhaust you. It won't overwhelm you. It won't disrupt your life, but it might quietly transform it. Start small. Start today, and let the momentum do the rest.